Coach Mike Sullivan to take your questions after momentary opening remarks.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to, before we start, I just wanted to say two things. First, I wanted to wish the U.S. sled team luck tonight. They're playing Canada just up in Saugus here. And I just wanted to acknowledge my my college coach, Coach Parker, that's here for our practice. Means an awful lot to me. A lot of the philosophies that I've applied to my job today, I owe to this guy over here. So thanks, Coach.
Coach, get a little quick picture with Coach. Quick photo op, okay?
I hope. I hope you learn more than from me, Mikey.
Thanks a lot for that, Mike. We have mic holders both sides of the room. Please raise your hand and wait for the microphone. Who'd like to start? Nope. Left side standing.
Coach, any update on Quinn Hughes and whether he's on his way?
My understanding is that Quinn is not on his way right now. I know Billy Guerin and the managers are working through that.
Right side, third row.
Mike, the Canada-U.S. rivalry's always been heated. I think that's fair to say. But this one seems to have a little bit more bite into it. I'm wondering how much you think what's happening off the ice is impacting the players on the ice, politically, anthem stuff.
I'm not sure the political environment has anything to do with what's going on the ice. I think there's a certain pride that both Canada and the United States have for representing their country and what this means to all the players. You know, my observation of watching this tournament with all the four nations is that these players care an awful lot, and they have a lot of pride for the jersey that they're putting over their heads. And my feeling from being around this American team is that this group has an awful lot of pride for being an American first and foremost, but also being part of American hockey, which has, in our estimation, has developed and grown exponentially over their lifetime. And these guys that represent that, these are our very best. And I think they feel a certain responsibility to put their best game on the ice. These players are invested, and I think because of that, you're seeing the emotionally charged games that you're seeing out there.
Left side, second row.
Mike, do you anticipate Brady Tkachuk playing tomorrow night? And also your thoughts on the injuries kind of piling up at an inopportune time?
Yeah, I would anticipate Brady going to play. He wasn't feeling well today. That's why he didn't practice. From an injury standpoint, right now, the only one that's out is Charlie McAvoy.
Standing on the right.
Mike, John Cooper mentioned puck management as being the biggest thing they need to improve upon in this championship game from Saturday's matchup. Are the things that you see the need for improvement, and how do you counterbalance them trying to manage and dictate more with the puck?
Well, I think any time when you put that type of talent on the ice, managing the puck is just an essential part of winning. And if you mismanage the puck, you're careless with the puck. If you chase offense, the unintended consequence of that is that you potentially could give easy offense to your opponent. And that's something that we've talked about from day one, regardless of who we're playing, that we've got to manage the puck appropriately in the critical areas of the rink. We don't want to take the stick out of the players' hands because these guys are elite players and we want them to trust their instincts, but we have to have an understanding of where we are in the rink and that risk-reward relationship. We want to be a team that's hard to play against. I think I can only speak for our group. I think these guys understand what winning looks like, and managing the puck is an essential part of winning.
Standing on the far left.
I guess further to that, after the last time you played Canada, John Cooper mentioned how for 180 feet, he thought his team was really good. Those last 20 feet were very difficult. Are there any priorities that you placed on your team that made those final 20 feet difficult for them, and how do you kind of replicate that tomorrow night?
Well, what I liked about our group in that particular game was I thought we defended extremely hard, and that was something that we talked about from day one, and just the importance of making sure we're hard to play against and our commitment to play away from the puck. And I thought our guys were very committed in that area of the game. I also think that the one area that for me I think we could have done a better job is when we got the lead. I feel like we tried to defend it too much, and instead of staying on our toes and having the ability to control territory. I think when we were at our best, we're playing a north-south game, and we're putting heat on our opponents by controlling territory. And I felt like when we got that second goal in the third period in particular, we defended hard. We didn't give up a lot, but I felt like we could have had the puck more, and we could have spent more time in the offensive zone. And I think that starts with a mindset.
Also standing on the left.
They had to dump the puck in quite a bit. If Connor McDavid is being forced to dump the puck in, or McKinnon, or these high-skill guys, what's gone right for you, and what allows you guys to force that?
I just think structure. If you have structure, and I don't care who the player is. If you've got to go through 5 players at this level of the game, it's difficult. You've got to beat layers of a defense. So, I thought we played with pretty good structure, in particular through the neutral zone, which is a really important area of the rink. And a lot of times the neutral zone decides which end of the rink you're going to play in. And if you make good decisions when you have the puck, you have, your ability to play in the offensive zone increases. If you have structure without the puck, then you have the ability to make it hard, for zone entries from your opponent. You have the ability to counterattack. If you knock a puck down, it's an important zone. It sets up the game. That's what I think. And I felt like throughout the course of that game, I thought we had pretty good structure through that neutral zone. When you're playing players of that caliber, Connor and Nate they're elite players. They have dynamic speed. They're not easy to defend one-on-one. But if you defend in numbers, it makes it a whole lot harder for them.
We'll take a couple more right side front row.
Sully, the other day you mentioned the 1980 team, and I'm sure the players in that room know that event because of the movie. But what they were able to accomplish in 1980, how does that still impact USA Hockey?
Well, I think without a doubt it does. I think that that event in USA Hockey inspired a generation of players, my generation, and so I guess it just shows our age that the players that we have in our dressing room are watching the movie, and that's their remembrance of it. But that event had a huge impact on my generation for sure, and it inspired a generation of players. There were a handful of them that played at BU before me, for example. I think this group that we have in our dressing room have an opportunity to do that and inspire the next generation of players, and I think they recognize that. So. It's a little bit of a trickle-down effect, but I think without a doubt that 1980 team still to this day has had such an influence on American hockey.
We'll take 2 more left side, third row.
Hey, Mike, 2-part question on Brady and Matthew. First, do you anticipate them skating together tomorrow again? And after seeing their impact on Saturday, just how important is it to have them both on the ice tomorrow?
I would anticipate them both being in the lineup, if that's your question. And I think, Brady and Matthew, first and foremost, are really good hockey players, and they've been a big part of the success that we've enjoyed to this point in this tournament. I also think they have the ability, through their personality, to give our team a whole lot of confidence and swagger. And I know what this tournament means to them personally, and how important it is to put our best game on the ice. So I know they're excited to play. They're excited for this opportunity. It's an unbelievable opportunity. This is as good as it gets with respect to best on best. And I think, as I've said all along here, I think there's a mutual respect on both sides for how talented the teams are. I also think from our standpoint, with respect to those two guys, there's a certain determination that those guys have to want to win.
Last one, right side, fourth row.
Yeah, I understand that doing the right things on your end is first and foremost, but when in terms of the mental preparation for tomorrow, how does antagonizing the other team, how much does it come into play? And as a coach, do you encourage it into your players?
No, it doesn't, and we don't encourage that. I'm not even sure what your question is. I'll try to answer it for you. We're concerned about our team. We're focused on our team, and we're going to pay attention to our team. Mm-hmm. And we're going to try to dictate the terms as best we can and set our team up for success. That's how we approach it. So this is an unbelievable opportunity that we have, and that's how we look at it. As far as all that other stuff, I don't pay much attention to it, quite honestly. So I'm not even sure what you're talking about. But having said that, I can tell you where our mindset is and the conversations that we have with our group.
I'll clarify. It's just that in motivate a player trying to motivate himself, he'll motivate himself by saying, "Okay, well, I want my team to win," but focusing also on who's the opponent, on preparing himself by looking at the other team, say we're going to beat these guys in particular. Does it?
There's a lot of familiarity on both sides. These guys play with and against each other all year long and have for a number of years. So I don't think there's any secrets out there. In my mind, there's two really good teams that are going to compete extremely hard and do everything they can to win. How good is that for hockey? It's an unbelievable celebration of hockey. The pace of play will be as fast-paced as what you saw in the first game. Both teams will be emotionally invested. There'll be physicality to the game. For me, it's everything that's good about hockey. I just think it's a great celebration of hockey. Both of these teams are really good.
Thanks, Mike.
Sure.